Hello everyone, Ice King here, back from the week hiatus we took, back here with AJ.
Hey, I'm AJ.
This is episode 15. Thank you all for tuning in, and as normal, you can find us on Apple, Spotify, and Anchor, if that's you use that, but you can find our podcast there, and normally YouTube, so nothing's changed. What have you been up to the 2 weeks?
Kids stuff as usual.
That's why we didn't record last week.
Yep. Kids are getting sick. Kids actually getting surgery, so...
Well, we wish him the best.
Yep. He'll be getting surgery in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Other than that, not much. Did clean out the garage. Like I said, we're ready to play probably real life games this week or next week, whenever your schedule opens up.
Wednesday should be good. We'll probably get a Dusk game in.
Okay.
We'll talk about the rules later. Dusk rules.
Yep, that's cool. But that's pretty much it. Just, standard family stuff. Didn't really get any games in. Tried to go to the shop yesterday, but nobody
really showed up.
Well, they showed up, but nobody was really in the mood to play. So it's kind of one of those chill, let's talk about random things day. So, it worked out.
Those are nice.
Yeah.
For me, last week was kind of just getting back into the gym. I took like 2 weeks off, kind of got out of it, but last week was a get back into it kind of thing. And then, you haven't done much hobbing, but I did get all the Orgoth arms and stuff pinned up, ready for paint. Those will get painted this week.
Yeah.
So the arms will be candy red and ready. The army will be candy red for Bokor.
Yes.
It'll probably not all be painted for Bokor, but half of it will be.
Yeah.
And that's the goal.
Okay.
So, but we have a fun surprise for AJ here.
Apparently.
And we have the Peeps Pepsi, and this has been a hot topic online, by the way.
Okay.
So
I've never seen or heard about this, but he hands me, because he drinks a lot of non-sugary, fake sugary stuff, and I
sugar for life.
I don't. I love the sugar. So whenever he comes over, he's like, want something to drink? And I'm like, something with sugar. So he hands me 3 drinks tonight. One is a Pepsi Peep can. I've never had this, but he wanted me to do this live on air.
Because it's a hot topic right now in terms of normies.
Okay. Well, for the record, I don't like Pepsi, and I don't like Peeps. So
this is
probably going to go really poorly. But here we go. If you want to describe the face I make as I...
He's already scared.
It's just mentally preparing myself.
He's like gripping his knee like, I'm going to die. I'm going to die.
Oh, God.
He is quite dissatisfied. He's wondering what that aftertaste was.
That is not good. That is like... It tastes like... The beginning is Pepsi.
Yep.
The middle is like cream soda.
Yep.
And then it's just all bad.
So, like, for me, we were drinking it, and we're like, Pepsi, a little bit like the white Red Bull.
Okay.
And then plastic aftertaste.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, like, there's like a wave of marshmallow somewhere in there, but, like, at the end, it just feels like it does not sit on the tongue quite well.
That's, like, gross.
Yeah, so probably just put that in the cup so we don't spill it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put this in the cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the other two, he has a Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew, and then the Halloween one, which is delicious.
The mystery flavor. Okay. I'm gonna go with the mystery flavor.
All right, that one's good. That one's actually tasty. You'll probably drink that.
Okay. All right.
That'll be like your palate cleanser.
Okay. Yeah, that's more like it. It's more like a sugary delight that I love in my sodas.
Try the Flamin' Hot.
Man, do I gotta try everything?
Yeah, now you
do.
do.
Okay.
This is soda taste test.
That's good.
Okay.
I like that.
Now you have 2.
Yeah.
He likes the Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew. Heck yeah. Okay, now they got a good home too.
I like it.
There you go. Now, on to other things.
Let's get back to what the people really
One thing I did do that was very important and very in my life thing, not Warhammer War Machine related at all, sold my car. Now I got money. So we might be doing a couple upgrades for the channel with that.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk with him after and see what we can do with it. Maybe get something to do something.
Well, I think the lighting is... We'll see how the lighting is in my garage, and then move forward from there.
I have found some good lighting that's pretty cheap. We can maybe do that with some PVC pipes and stuff.
Well, once we get some videos out there, people will probably be like, your lighting sucks, or you guys, this sucks, so we'll figure it out from there.
And the phone I'm going to get apparently has a baller camera, so we'll be using that.
Nice.
It actually has a macro lens in it.
All right.
Which is even better for like close like miniature photos. So. Yeah, I can't afford a $4,000 camera, so I bought a phone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But we can kind of get into the big stuff that's been over the 2 weeks.
I mean, I know you want to talk about House Kalis, so let's start there.
I don't even want to start there. That's like the cherry on top.
Okay. You want to talk about the battle engines?
I mean, we'll save rules for later.
What do you want to talk about
The
then?
Legion, or not Legion, but Legion.
The Legion.
The sisters.
The sisters.
Yes.
So yeah, kind of called it, but was way off on some predictions.
Yeah, because we're like, oh, they're back. They'll just be Legion, but it'll be New Legion, and they're like, no, gave the Everblight the middle finger.
So yeah, about that, I like it because it gives them the room to move away from the kind of dragony looking Everblight stuff and do something completely different, which is awesome. I think. What my biggest fear is that it's going to be like more mechanical than actually beastie. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
sure that makes sense. It didn't sound right coming out, but it makes perfect sense. And because in the picture it looks like they're two metal jack robots, and I'm afraid that they're going to be that way, and I hope not. Hope they come up with some sort of new aesthetic to go with the twins, more dragony type stuff.
Yeah, it will be cool to see, like, even if they maybe did a hybrid, like how we thought Orgoth were going to be having a Hordes army, but they would have mechanical stuff of the Orgoth, and they'd have they do that hybrid, but with the new Legion sisters.
Yeah, I think they're going to just be pure Hordes. I think so. I do like how they resolved the story. I know, because when she went through the portal, her A-Thing dropped, and we didn't really know what was going on there. So the fact that, you know, they're just giving the middle finger to Everblight, so kind of making their own, I guess so that's the question. Do they hate Crix too? They hate Torog, the dragon, because he hates Everblight and Everblight hates him, but now they hate Everblight, but do they hate Torog? Or is that going to form some sort of like weird pseudo-alliance?
Benefit,
like
we
enemies
both hate them, so let's just not super hate each other.
But Torog might hate them because like they took an A-Tank and did something weird with it, which is still his. Anyway, we did delve into the lore too much there. That's a question for probably the next Kickstarter. But
and somebody who's smarter than us with lore.
Yeah, somebody.
But I'm excited to see what they do with the model, because it's supposed to be like their creations. I think that's good. Like you said, a very cool creative realm they can go into.
Yeah.
And
so I fully expect to see some concept art at Adepticon,
which is soon, very
end of the month. Yeah, end of the month. Or actually
this Saturday.
Oh, is it this Saturday?
Go back to it. It's the 22nd.
Oh yeah. So I fully expect us to see. I expect us to see the Trolls starter army box at minimum, and possibly even the expansion. And I fully expect us to see concept art for the sisters. Now, that might change my purchases, because I know I was all about Trolls, but now that the sisters are here, I'm like, maybe.
And I'd be fine with it if you got the Legion instead, and we just didn't get the Trolls.
Yeah, it all depends on what the troll looks like. Because honestly, like the troll cavalry on the balloons, not appealing at all.
That was
to
a
me.
thing.
Yeah, so their cavalry is. Well, they haven't released the concept yet. They just talked about what it would be, and it's basically Zeppelins. Yeah.
How are you gonna do single cav with Zeppelins?
They're just gonna be fast. They're not gonna be like beefy cav. It doesn't seem like. So instantly when I read that, I was like, oh. Caradon Overlord Sky Pike guys. Yeah. That's what I thought, and I was like, oh man. Which is, you know, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I'm not excited about the cab, not like, you know, the other cab that's
like the Dreadguard cab.
Oh god, here we go. Just save it. Jesus. Oh, you got such cool army.
We do have the coolest cab in the game.
Oh, me, look at me. Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, I think one of us is either going to get, one of us will get the Legion eventually, rather that be at release or when I finish painting my Dusk kind of thing. Like, but we have enough of the new armies. We're kind of like, we're
cruising right now.
Now, if they want to send us some Legion, I won't say no.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, with our 10 listeners, I'm sure Privateer Press is really locked into our podcast.
I know, right? We're doing great.
So battle engines.
Oh yeah, they're going into the rules now a little bit.
So, congratulations, you won the battle engine contest.
Did I?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
So, my Retribution Trident that I picked up and didn't know when I was going to get to play, now I can play it.
Yes, and it is exceptional, to say the least.
Because it didn't change.
Right, and that's the most important part. It did not change. So, won't spend too much time talking about that because it's really good. It's 15 points, so it is a bit more than the other ones.
It's 2 points more than a Heavy Jack.
Yeah. So, which you
But
kind of
as-
needed because your heavy jacks are kind of doo-doo. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they
So-
were average.
Yeah. So I think this one over one of your heavy jacks really brings a lot to the table as far as like the gun being 360 no scope shots. So
That was a buff in my mind.
yeah, it was a buff.
Because like you at least had the range to fire, and this but we had arcs, but now they're removing arcs. They just said shoot in any direction you want. So I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense because if you're aiming here, your barrel can still kind of go over a little bit. You can't.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're just spinning.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
constantly.
Beyblade.
Yeah, you're Beyblading it. Blading.
Babe.
So one thing we're going to talk about that is all over online is let's talk. So controversial take here.
Okay, here we go.
All right. So the Rulik battle engine has caused quite a stir online.
It has a battle engine.
Yes, it has a siege crawler. Now, everyone's like, it's 17 points.
You
Oh
gotta
my
charge your
god.
phone.
Yeah, I do. It's 17 points. Oh my god. Da, 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 da.
It has 40 boxes.
Yeah, and 20 armor.
That's gross.
Yeah. And people are like upset about it. They're like, oh, this thing's unplayable. It sucks. I'm like, I don't know, guys. It's got 2 range 12, 15, 18 AoE 3 guns.
Yep.
More importantly, it's got recursion. It can bring guys back. So if you think about it, let's say it brings a D3, so you're bringing on average 2 guys back.
Yeah.
And that's going to be on like turn 2, turn 3 at the latest. You bring 2 guys back. If you look at the point cost of some of the infantry, like that's 1 or 2 points. If you bring 2 guys back, roughly like 1.2 points. We're going to do the math really crazy here. So 2.5 points. So really, this thing is only 15 points if you get to use that one time. If you get to use it again, and with 40 boxes and 20 armor,
That's a lot of boxes.
like they're having to commit a lot to kill this thing. So I don't know. Hot take, I think it's good. So
And we did play a game with the dwarves. I got just yanked into existence.
you did. You walked into Gorton's feet and it just got deleted.
Yeah, it was like I'd never played. I didn't know dwarves were in the game until they came back in Mark IV kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, "Come here!" And it pulls 4 of my jacks forward.
Now you're telling it kind of wrong. I did tell you like you need to stay outside of this range of me.
I also didn't think it was that devastating.
I told you I'm gonna pull you 8 inches in any direction.
Stupid.
Well, anyway, now he knows how to play against Gorton.
Yeah.
Because Gorton's feet is really dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, hot take. I think it's good.
Yeah,
I would probably play
cool.
one. I would probably play one. Who else got one?
See, he's not gonna get the trolls. He's gonna go buy old dwarves.
Yeah, I'm looking for a Rulik army. If anybody's got one laying around, DM me. Trolls, the Hooch Hauler, didn't really change.
Okay.
It's okay. Still, it's not great. 13 points for it. I don't know if I'd take it or not.
Okay.
The War Wagon in the unlimited side, I think it's good. Still a solid battle engine.
Now, do you think the war wagon comes in the other army for trolls? So they have.
I think it has to. I think yes.
Okay.
I think it does. So
Because we have another battle engine that we did not get, but that hasn't been seen on the table in the Dongar Trident thing.
Yeah, no.
The anthropic force generator. That's
Yeah, the walking ball with the
3
antennas.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll see
Yeah.
that in the other one that nobody plays.
that nobody will play.
Yeah. I think the Circles one didn't really change. I like it because it's got the deny souls on it. What is that? The not that one. The Well of Orboros, I think.
I don't know the battle engines like you do, so we're going off of your big brain here.
So I think I don't think anything changed in a circle list that I would build by bringing a battle engine.
Okay.
Convergence, I don't think so either. I think it's still solid, but nothing changed.
They had Crucible Guard.
Crucible Guard, a little sad about that.
Oh.
I still think it's fine. I don't think it's like a mandatory. I'm bringing 2 of those like in certain lists now every game. But glad you brought that up, so we can transition into who I think really actually won this Battle Engine update, which was Battle Engine Casters.
Okay.
I think across the board, every single one got buffed for a couple reasons. You no longer have the balancing of, my Warjack points were X. So, the Battle Engine Casters that you generally had like half or a third less than a normal caster to balance them out. But
Yeah.
now they don't.
Oh, they're just there.
They're just there. Yeah. So I think Denegra 3 is a powerhouse. I think Crix.
Okay.
So I think she's like almost auto include in
Really?
every Crix list now. I think she is going to be one of the 2 pairings, not because the other casters are that bad, but it's just she's so good.
She's so good in the okay.
Yeah. I think Scorn.
How's the Crix battle engine?
Crix battle engine didn't change much, so it's always been a solid battle engine, but it's never been one that's been top tier. I think it's fine at 11 points. I think it's pretty cheap, but most Crix stuff is. But I mean, it's armor 18 compared to armor 19 and 20 of the other battle engines, and it's only got 26 health. So
it's kind of low.
Yeah, I think it's still good, but I don't think it's an S tier battle engine.
Could make some fun lists though, for sure.
Yeah. It definitely easily swap in for a heavy, kind of like your Trident.
Yeah.
You know. What else? I think that's about it. Oh, Infernals. Let's talk about that.
Oh yeah, your gate.
Oh, you mean the terrain piece that I'm never going to bring? So
it's an infernal guard tower.
Yes, it's worse than that, right? Because the biggest problem with it is it lost its soul generation.
Okay.
So it cannot produce its own souls because it used to be at the beginning of the maintenance phase D3 per generate the souls. Then you could do its cool stuff. Now it doesn't do that. Now it's just any model within 10 inches that has a soul, it can gain that soul. Okay. Even your own models or enemy models, but that means that you either have to kill your own models, have your own models get killed within 10 inches, or something living be within 10 inches to kill it, as opposed to it just being able to, boost your guy up 2 inches, which is the main feat. So now it's just a terrain piece that makes all my summoning cost.
How many points is it?
It's 12 points.
More, okay.
It's 12 points. It's got 1 gunshot. It used to have reload. It doesn't anymore. So it's got a 12.
They did not want that to have fun.
They did not. But to be fair, Infernals are in a good spot right now. So
okay, so maybe they're like, you're good.
Yeah. Colossals though. I'm a big hope for the Colossals.
Yeah, I can't wait for the rest of those to. There's that one act, I think accidental.
Whoopsie. Yeah, whoopsie.
The whoopsie doopsie circle drop. People were like, it's a lot of points. I'm like, well, I think
Colossals were about 30 to 35 points.
And I think a lot of people forgot. We talked about this in the TNT Discord. They forgot that 100 points. It's you just talk to your friend and be like, hey, you want to bring one? They're like, yeah, and it's just not included in points. It's extra. It's on top.
Yep.
So it's like 100 points plus each person brings X amount of colossals they agree to.
Yep. So, or large based models, I think it is. Yeah.
But I would love to see some point lists with colossals and see how that really shakes, if it shakes up the meta at all.
So if we go off Mark 3, because right now in Mark 4 the lists we're seeing are anywhere from like 3 to 5 jacks.
Yeah.
I think those are going to drop to like a colossal and maybe a support jack. That's how the lists are going to look in my mind.
Izzy might bring. There might be another. I might rebuild an Izzy list with Hyperion again.
If it looks good enough, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's got the big gun, I mean, it's got to be AoE 3 or 4.
Yeah. Because it'll have the big gun. It'll have the second shot with Izzy.
Yep.
So, 2 of those that's pretty beef.
Mm-hmm.
And then you run like 2, at least an Arcanist unit. Just keep it running full tick.
Full it up. And if it has, okay, so if your Colossal has the power, is it power generator, whatever the rule is?
Yeah, power generator to neg damage.
Yeah, that's gonna be gross.
And with Izzy giving +2 armor to any jack.
Gross. Nope, I don't like it.
And then it can go up, shoot, burn its focus, get Shield Arcanist to charge it back. Oh.
Yeah. Oh. That's gonna be gross.
And then, just run that in a Trident.
Whatever, dude. Red sucks.
But speaking of Retribution, getting a little bit off the rules, I decided my color scheme.
You did?
I did, and I'm actually very excited about it. It actually takes way more work than I wanted to do for it, but I think it's going to look good. House Euler, according to the Privacy of Press scheme, is like that coppery, bronze, gold with green. And I'm like, why don't I just do that? Get the cool, shiny metal on my models, because you have it on your models. I want it on mine.
Okay.
And then I'll do it with blue trim because I don't like the green. It just feels too. It makes sense with the elves being elves, but I like the blue. It's my favorite color. I'm the Ice King, kind of fits. But that's what I'm gonna do. So I'll do my normal gold. Everyone's seen the gold Orgoth basically it does that, but instead of gold, it's copper, and it
Yeah.
has that really like almost real looking copper feel.
Mhm.
I think it's gonna look really good on the table.
I think so. Especially when there's like the candy red and then your copper.
Fighting
We're
each
just-
other.
we're just-
Oh,
We're just battling it out.
that's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
I need more free time.
Just quit your job.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you know how that goes. Yeah. I'll say hi from jail.
It actually, it works. We'll go into that after the podcast.
Okay.
You can technically quit.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Back to the rules.
Secret senior NCOs hate this trick.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. So you want to talk about your house
Kalis.
Or
Kalis.
whatever.
House K. The rules were memed into existence. I know they weren't technically memed into existence, but that was the funniest thing.
That was funny. Yeah.
Every day he's like,
I'm gonna say he did it.
yeah, I'm full
100%.
giving him credit.
Yep.
Bokor Memes Factory, 100% said, I'm going to post a meme every day until we get Dusk rules, because this is silly. We want Dusk rules. And then he did it every day. Other people joined in. It was fantastic. I was just there doing care reacts every day, and it was awesome. And then we got Dusk rules just like
There you go.
randomly.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they had planned it all along, but
Nope.
yeah, you know
No,
what?
that was awesome.
Yeah.
And then once they were there, I was very, very excited. A lot of the stuff's looking pretty decent. I haven't dived a lot into the soulless stuff because they just look kind of mid.
I think they're your cheap fodder.
Yeah, they're going to be good for a void conductor list because like I built a void conductor list and I was like, oh, I forgot cheap infantry, and that's what the soulless stuff's going to be because it can go up there, die, summon a right, which is actually not that bad of a model.
It's not, which is why you can only have 3 of them ever.
For even if you had 2 void conductors, or we're waiting on an FAQ on that
I'm sure you are.
because like there's
But,
a lot
like-
of confusion because it doesn't make sense. Because why would I ever take 2 if I can only have 3 rights?
Well, you got to cover the whole board.
Yeah,
So if you want to you want to cover, what would that be? It'd be 10, so 20. If you want to cover 40 inches of the board,
you need 2.
you need 2. Yeah.
I
Duh.
see it, but like I want 6
I bet you do want 6.
because like I'm also if I have to buy 2 for that, I want to be able to use the other 3 right models I got. I know.
I don't want you to use the
But
other
like
3 white
the
models.
fact that it's also 7 points and you get to do that, that's so.
So
at first-
7 points is gross. Like,
So
it
at-
is.
At first, we were like, "This is the worst thing ever," and you even said you got the worst 80 mil. And then we read the rules and we're like, "Wait a second, that's not bad."
Yeah. That is not bad.
I think my 2 lists will be a very heavy list, and then I will run a void engine list that just clog you up kind of list.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because you run up, you can run your soulless in, they have to kill them, and then you can make a soulless token within 10 inches of this model, right?
In place of right, yeah,
And place a white. Oh, replace that model with a white model.
yeah.
Huh.
So it can get killed again, but they have to commit to killing another
Right.
model. Yeah. And then you were saying, I didn't look into it too much. The command attachment for the soulless is actually not bad.
Yeah, I like him.
I believe that's a her.
Is that a her?
I think so.
Yeah, there's some boobs there.
But +1 to attack rolls just kind of all around, and then her spells are pretty fun.
So I like the no tough and cannot have damage removed. That's kind of a big deal.
And then early on stealth is pretty cool too.
Yeah. Because that'll save a lot of your guys.
Yeah,
From,
so
AoE.
getting them up there,
Mhm.
for sure. And then the list that I had built, that even Jay was like, "All right, I like it." Let it load. It's Tyrus. So you have the crazy feat, which is, for anybody who doesn't know, it's everything moves 2 inches and gains Ghost Walk.
Yeah, so the reason the feat is gross.
Like that is.
It's better than, it's like almost feat, but better because you place yourself within 2 inches. So it's like you can leave combat and then charge in again, or you can get the bonus 2 inches of movement and then charge through things. So
And
it's,
then currently, I haven't messed with the spells. I don't know if I fully am good at picking spells, but I just picked the expensive ones because you can pay them for free because of the solo. She can one 3 cost or less for free every
Soul
turn.
Slave, yeah.
Yeah. And then I ran 2 heavy jacks, which both have, one has a Dawn Blade, and they both have one Dawn Blade, one Null Blade for the right arm. Both have Dusk Blade. to like siphon off some focus to try to get some extra free hits. I think that's how that works. Because if I have like 2 focus left, I spend a focus to hit, and then I hit and suck a focus off, I could hit again.
Yeah.
And just keep going.
Yep.
So that seems fun, and it's like 1 point extra than base. I was like, that seems like a...
You know what's funny? That's like anti-ret.
Yeah. And hordes.
Yeah.
Because it works for Fury.
Oh, does it work for Fury as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, so you're like anti-hordes, anti-Fury.
When this attack hits an enemy model with 1 or more focus or Fury points on it, that model loses 1 focus or Fury, and this model gains 1 focus.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, it also looks like an energy sword from Halo. Like, rule of cool, even better. Look.
I believe you.
Yeah. And then...
I mean, I want to see him painted up.
All the jacks have flight, because that just makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's like the cheapest head, too. And then the guns, I was still on it. I think I'm going to do the cheaper one, which is the AoE that suck things in.
Yeah.
Just for more movement on the board. I'm running 1 Void Shaper to get the extra attacks and just keep them up.
Makes
2 Dreadguard Archers, which,
Yep.
if you want to talk about those.
Those guys are good.
Deathly Domination. When this model boxes a living or undead non-leader enemy warrior model, you can immediately take control of an enemy model and make a full advance with it followed by a basic melee attack. Then the box model is destroyed and riven black.
So that's the thing. Full advance, because they changed a lot of that stuff to not be full advanced. Because if I think, let me go back to Infernals with Regna. Hers used to say that, but now it says you just make an attack with it, I'm pretty sure. Influence, yeah. Take control of the model. This model immediately makes 1 basic attack, and then it expires. So yeah, so you get a move. I don't. It's still broken.
I can move, set up lanes, and then also do damage.
Yep.
And then it's dead.
I mean, it's the same thing as the Archon, the old Archon, but yeah.
And then the other 2 like are arrow types. Empowered attack gains +2 on damage rolls, and then Void Blast. AoE 2, POW 14, 18. Like basically just like the Stormfall Archers.
Yep.
So, and their armor 16.
I know. And 5 hit points.
They're only 8 points.
I know.
It's
gross.
I was so... Jay was a little 50-50 on the Archers. I was like, no.
They're good.
No, on looks-wise. Looks-wise. Not rules-wise.
Oh, I'm not a fan of the way they look. I think they're both stupid.
I think you're stupid.
Okay, fine.
Fair enough. All this Red Guard stuff. So I have 2 units of those just to deal with like infantry and little solos and just kind of cause havoc. And then I have... Because I like him, 2 units of Dreadguard Cavalry.
Oh, yeah. I would not play 2, but I'm not going to fault you for playing 2 because they look really cool.
Yeah, this is like very like rule of cool and just see, and it's like 2 Cav units, 2 Archer units, and 2 Jacks. Just kind of 2 of everything, and then just be a bully. It's like that's a hard hitting list.
Yeah.
The Cav are sweet. Reposition 3, Prey can mark a unit right off the bat. I think Scorn has that with some stuff.
A lot of units have that.
Yeah. I remember playing against it with Scorn because their Cav is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, their Cav is good.
It has reposition 3. Spring Blades, if this model hits this model with a melee attack, the attacking model suffers. So basically, if they get hit,
D3 damage.
Yeah. Kind of like Rocky Helmet Pokemon.
Okay.
And then Vampiric, if it kills something, it heals. Everything in our army has that.
So, speaking of everything in the army pretty much has tough. And you're not paying a premium for it, like Trolls did in Mark 1 through 3.
Maybe your neutrals are the...
That's what... So, the good point you're bringing up. If this is the trend where you're not paying a premium for tough, like you have been for 20 years, the new Trolls might actually be really good.
Yeah.
Because that was the biggest problem with Trolls, is they were always so expensive because they had tough. But now that I'm seeing these point values, and I'm like, wow, all your guys have tough, and you're not paying a premium for it.
Nope.
Either they really want the Dusk to be, like, top tier, or tough is finally like, okay, like, I know it's like 1/3, but either you make all your tough rolls or you make no tough rolls in a game. It's just the way it is.
Kind of tinfoily hat here. Maybe they want Dusk to be good because they were the biggest change for an army.
So I can tell Dusk got a lot more love than everyone else. Like, for sure. They just, the way they look, the way they're talking about their story, I just think that they got a lot more love.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Which, I mean, obviously as a Dusk fan, I love that, but like they were the most drastic change coming from, and I know that threw a lot of people
so
off.
far. We haven't seen the new Legion.
That's true. They were the most drastic for War Machine side of things.
Yes.
And it was a big change. I was like planning in my head my theme already, kind of like, okay, this works. And then I saw the new models. I was like, what do I do with that? Like, oh god. Back to the Cav when I finished with the beast thing. He has poison, additional die on living models,
and not crit poison, which it should be. But whatever. Never mind that.
Just PAL 12 extra damage die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, looking at that, they're really good. But when I looked at your spell racks, I can see why you have all these damage bonuses. Because in your spell rack, you don't. I couldn't find anything that boosted your damage, I don't think.
I have negating 2 armor for a model,
Which is kind of that.
-2 defense on a model. Oh, no, Battle Lust. I get extra damage, but I also lose 2 defense.
Right.
And like I'm not the spell rack thing is throwing me off. Like I liked the Mark 3 stuff into Mark 4 because I don't have to pick anything.
All right. You didn't have to make any decisions.
And like this is like, what's good here? I don't know. Like in my head, my brain's like, oh, that sounds cool. Like backlash sounds cool, but backlash is probably never gonna proc. That's not good. It's not good.
I mean, it's you really have to build around it for it to work. But like even when you were playing Scar, rarely did you cast Backlash.
Okay, yeah. So I'm glad I didn't pick that. So I have Battle Lust, which is target friendly faction unit. They gain additional die of melee damage, but they suffer 2 defense. So cool. They go in there.
Biggest problem with that is it's range 6 though. So you got to be either way far back, they cast it on them and then they go in, or you got to be up close.
And that's when the list building is going to might change in the future. Like drop Cav, get a Light Jack with Arc Node.
Yep.
And start turning through things, or doing the pop +5 range on a spell card for 1 point.
Then you're paying 1 point. Yep.
Yeah. Curse of Shadows, which is target model unit suffers -2 armor, and a model can advance through that. So that's neat. And then what was the other one I had? No Resolve, target a friendly faction unit or model +2 armor.
Yeah.
Those seem like
pretty standard.
Yeah. I had Ghost Walk on there at one point, just in case early movement.
You don't need it because your feet.
That's, yeah. I was quickly corrected on that one. So I was like, oh, maybe they get stuck behind terrain. That'll be useful. And I'm like, wait.
Well, your Jacks have flight.
My Jacks have flight.
And your Cav have Pathfinder. So, yeah, I'm not sure what
a lot of his other stuff, like Revive, if I have to be up there to revive something, I'm not doing great.
Wait, your Cap don't have Pathfinder.
Oh. Well, maybe that's why they're...
Unless it's in the cavalry rules, but yeah, you don't have Pathfinder.
Well, I have Ghost Walk, so...
Yeah, good enough for government work. That's what I say.
I thought about D-Cell. Not sure.
So I will tell you, D-Cell is
pretty good.
Pretty good. Anything against shooting is really good right now.
+4 armor for some things. I don't know. I have plenty of room to play with. Yeah, but the models are like I have I'm going to be playing with full proxied army because mine are in pieces and the rest of them aren't out yet. Which can go into the thing we missed on our last podcast. We talked about the Dusk release. Apparently got delayed.
Yeah, I missed it.
We both thought it was still April. And we're like, all right, cool. Bokor is going to slam me with all this Orgoth and then right back to my own Dusk and more Orgoth.
Yeah.
But they got delayed to June or July.
So I hope that's good. That means hopefully the UK guys are printing these and it'll all be the dark resin and it'll be really good. Resin. So, But yeah, so more time to paint the Orgoth.
Yes.
Clearly enough time to finish it, you know. Once you quit. I'll tell you the secret.
Once I quit and don't study for anything, don't go to school, don't do just only War Machine.
That's right.
Become a painting slave.
Hey, you know what? People do it.
Yeah, sometimes I wish I could.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I couldn't do this every day.
Yeah. What else we got?
I thought we had more.
I think that's it.
I feel like more happened.
The guard tower.
Oh, okay, we can touch
guard tower. Well, I like it. So I haven't picked one up, but the guys at the local shop, I know Jonathan, he got 2. Another guy ordered 1.
Jay has them too.
Jay has them. So I haven't seen them in real life. So I'm going to wait till I see them actually in real life before I decide if I'm going to get one. If they look cool and I like them, I'll probably pick one up just to have. Going to reserve the rules talk for now, kind of like I did with the defenses, until the errata comes out on some of the questions that people posed online. I'm holding off on that because some of the good questions were good questions, and I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. But if you read the rules as written, like, is it an enemy model, or is it a terrain piece, or what kind of a model is it? You know?
We did play, in my game with Jay a few weeks ago, we did play with it, and it was cool. He got there first, so he had the advantages of it. But it looks cool on the table. It definitely looked a little off because we had the neoprene terrain and like a little bit of just like kind of stand me up terrain, so kind of like mismatch. But I think just the like have it on the table, it looks cool. If you had all the terrain kind of there, it would look really good. I think you'll like it if you see it in the right scenario.
Probably. Yeah, and as we 3D print terrain, I think it'll get a lot better.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the temps to roam up a little bit so that when I can garage print.
It's been so cold here.
It actually has been surprising. When I enjoy the cold, but I want to print.
Right.
I got stuff to print.
Yeah.
I tried printing inside when I first got my printer, and it was like, it's bad. It's not terrible, but it's like definitely really noticeable.
Yeah.
I don't care about my own health, so it's like I don't mind printing inside.
Yeah.
It's huffing resin all day, but it's like it's annoying. You know?
Yeah. But other than that, I think that's it.
We missed a week and we only really here this long.
Well, there's not a lot's been going on. You know?
We did cover. I guess a lot happened, but not a lot needed to be covered about it because it got covered really well by other people. And there was just new Dusk rules.
Yeah, which is exciting. And new battle engines.
Yeah.
I don't know, for our game on Wednesday, might bring out some battle engines.
That'd be fun. What should I read? I guess I'll have to work on.
Well, I know you're bringing a Trident, yes. Oh no, you're bringing Dusk. Okay. I gotta play Trolls. I don't know. We'll see. I'll roll a die.
So will I. I'll roll a dice for. Oh, where's the coin? We'll do it right here. Or we'll do Google. Flip a coin. We're gonna flip. If it's heads, I will play Dreadguard. If it's tails, I will play the other one.
It's heads.
I'm playing Dreadguard.
There you go. Easy.
Your turn.
Well, I've got like 10 factions, so
Flip a lot of coins.
I'll just do a wheel like I did last time. Yeah.
Setting it up live.
They don't want to hear me all the time, but yeah, we'll have a game on.
Yeah, we'll have a game. It'll probably be recorded too. We'll see.
Hopefully. If not, we'll have pictures.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely take some pictures.
Least. But yeah, that kind of sums up our week.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Should be good, barring any issues.
Yeah. Let's see. The 30th is when I got surgery. So yeah, next week should be good. But then the week after that, we'll see.
26.
Yeah. All right.
Cool. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.